Hello everybody, it's Red, and welcome back to Breath of the Wild. Last time, we horsed around. This time, I want to tell you a story. The story of Fort Hateno. I could come up with something clever to say, something pretty, something nice, but I believe the story of this place is better told by itself.
Yeah.
Hiya, my name is Garrow. Come to see Fort Hateno, I take it. Figured as much. It's well worth seeing. Fort Hateno here was the last line of defense between Hateno village and the awful tragedy all those years ago. Everyone's gotta come and pay their respects at least once in a life, right?
Oh.
That's right. No guardians beyond this wall. Hateno village was safe. We have a lot of whole guardians with their legs intact near the fort when something stopped them. Towards the back, near the stable, decayed guardians without their legs on. None of them functioning. None of them aggressive. All of them simply dead. Last time we found the last memory. We have all 12. Let's talk to Impa. Well, you've returned. What is it? No. All 12 pictures already? You visited every place? Then I suppose it is time. I will reveal the location of the final memory. Here is what happened. Lady Zelda gave me specific instructions. She asked me to wait to show you this. This is the final picture. Does it look familiar? From this village, you should be able to get there in a half-day's time. Now go, child. Seek out what Lady Zelda has shown you. Let's take a picture, so we can remember. In the picture, there's a puddle of water, near some guardians. You can see a mountain in the back. Here are some mountains, right past Fort Hateno. The cliffs of Quince actually look a little bit like that. And there's plenty of water here, in the ash swamp. Let's look around.
Save yourself! Go! I'll be fine! Don't worry about me! Run! Was that the power? Huh? No! Link, get up! You're gonna be just fine. Sword. So he can still be saved?
Princess! Princess, are you all right?
Take Link to the Shrine of Resurrection. If you don't get him there immediately, we are going to lose him forever. Is that clear? So make haste and go. His life is now in your hands. Link. You have recovered all of your memories of us from 100 years ago. I am here, inside Hyrule Castle. It is now time for you to defeat Ganon.
I could say so much, but I won't. I'll let the moment linger. Here is the specific location if you need it. Let's go to Impa. It seems you have visited all the locations. 100 years ago, you and the princess were quite close. You were a comfort and an encouraging presence to her as she struggled each day to fulfill her destiny. That is why she believes in you. That is why she has the strength to fight Ganon all alone. Link. The princess. Please hurry and save our princess. She has been fighting all alone for 100 years. That we shall do, Impa. But, believe it or not, I mean, that was indeed Link's final memory. But that was not the final memory. We have 8 spirit orbs. Let's go ahead and trade them in, shall we? The final memory isn't really told where it could be. You just have to find it on your own, and the game points you to it. There are ways to find it without knowing that it is there, and technically, it is considered a memory, but at the same time it isn't. So, it's a little bit of a weird thing that we have going on here. But the final memory is none other than the Master Sword itself. Let's pull.
Your master will come for you. Until then, you shall rest safely here. Although the slumber of restoration will most certainly deprive him of his memories, please trust me when I say that I know he will arrive before you yet again.
If I may be so bold, what is it that you are planning to do next, Princess?
to me. It seems that my role is unfinished. There is still something I must do.
I sense there is great strength in your dedication.
Great Deku Tree, I ask of you, when he returns, can you please relay this message? Tell him
Now then, words intended for him would sound much better in the tones of your voice, don't you think?
Yes.
What you just saw happened where you stand 100 years ago. After you were separated from the sword, the princess thought to bring it here, where she knew that it would be safe under my watch. She continues to fight, trapped deep within the confines of Hyrule Castle. Her heart cascades with faith that you will return. She has a smile like the sun. I would do much to feel its warmth upon me once again.
The legendary sword that seals the darkness. Its blade gleams with a sacred luster that can oppose the calamity. Only a hero chosen by the sword itself may wield it. That blade has a name. It is the Master Sword. When used against Calamity Ganon or those tainted by his malice, it will become suffused. Suffused? Suffused makes more sense. With holy light. At such times, the true power of the sword will manifest. But be warned, do not rely too much on its power. If you wield it without need, its power will be exhausted and you will no longer be of use to you. Should this happen, you must wait for the sword to recover. It was your partner a century ago. Use it with care and wield it bravely for the one who waits for you. That's right. The final memory is the Master Sword's memory. I genuinely just want to save Zelda again, so to Hyrule Castle we go. The Master Sword has 30 power. Wait. No, never mind, the DLC is gonna do a thing. Chosen One! The hero called Link! The time has come. You are now ready. I am not. To test the limits of your courage. At the place where you reunited with the Master Sword, the sacred Korok Forest. Go there and heed the great Deku Tree's words. Do so and a glorious trial will be bestowed upon you. Yeah, the DLC is a thing. The Master Sword ordinarily has 30 power. As the Great Deku Tree said, when near Ganon or those tainted by his malice, that would be anything touched by the actual malice. Not like malice itself, but beings touched by the malice. The Master Sword grows in power to 60. 60 power on a one-handed weapon is no joke. And it slices through guardians like butter. The Master Sword is a weapon to be feared. It is fierce, it is mighty, and I took damage by crushing. And it takes down guardians like that. It is not a perfect weapon though. The Master Sword, like every weapon in the game, will quote-unquote break. You won't lose it forever, but it will go on cooldown. It needs to recharge for a bit. Its powers aren't limitless. Link, you are not immortal. But you are dang powerful with this thing. Oh, oh look. A guardian was here. So interesting. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Oof. You knocked me off of my feet, girl. Hee hee. Can I not? Oh, I only had one. Come on. Okay. We'll just do this. Ew. So gross. Anyway. I have no words. Okay? I am a huge fan of Zelda as a series, and I think that Skyward Sword is one of the strongest entries. Oh, come on.
It is my pleasure.
As you guys saw from my LP of Skyward Sword, I have a lot of respect for it. I have a lot of love for it. And it is not a game that was well received overall. In general, it was poorly received. People did not love it, like I did. But it is canon to the series. It is important. It is meaningful. It has things that have importance. I don't know how many other ways I can say it. Chew. Never mind. Okay. This way. I was afraid that Skyward Sword would get the Oracle of Ages and Seasons treatment, where it isn't referenced anywhere. People don't care for it anymore. It has a small following of people who actually like it, but that's about it. I thought that that was gonna be it. But seeing it represented in a game as big as Breath of the Wild. Oh, jeez, that's not... Oh, I have Rivali's Gale. Yeah, seeing it brought here made me so happy. I screamed when I heard the sword making a sound. I genuinely screamed. And I'm a pretty shy person overall. Not really shy, more like introverted, kind of. Ow. No, don't fall. No, Link, don't fall. No! And I actually yelled when I heard that jingle. It was the middle of the afternoon. It's not like it was the middle of the night. But, yeah. I just have so many feelings. I wish I could say more, but the words fail me, so into the fight again we go. Let's just skip the cutscene because we've seen it already. Nothing changes in this cutscene.
Now my moment has finally come.
Yes, it has, Revali.
For the sting of my revenge.
Aha! By the way, this is so cool. I'm so glad they did this. I'm just waiting so I can see Mipha.
We will not fail.
We will not fail! Okay, that's enough. We saw Mipha.
Let's go!
And in the final fight, Link will, on his own, pull out the Master Sword. If you have it in your inventory at all, Link will pull it out right now. And it's just a really cool detail. It doesn't really do much. But yeah, in the face of Calamity Ganon, you will get the powered up Master Sword. In the entirety of Hyrule Castle, actually, the Master Sword will be powered up. You don't have to be fighting Ganon or fighting a Guardian for the sword to be powered up. If you are inside Hyrule Castle, the sword will be powered up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's time for phase 2. I wish I could say the Master Sword can penetrate the shield that Calamity Ganon puts up, but it can't. So we have to keep on relying on Urbosa's Fury and Daruk's protection and deflecting the laser beams. But we can do that. No problem. The Master Sword is so dang powerful. Just look at how much damage it's dealing. Oh, I'm out of Urbosa's Fury. You can also Flurry Rush the attacks. And after you take him down, he's gonna go into pig mode.
But courage need not be remembered.
For courage is never forgotten! Yeah, baby! So, something that I didn't really talk about because I didn't feel like it fit into the first showdown against the final boss. I prefer to have it be a little more entertaining, more, you know, in character. Dark Beast Ganon is a mighty beast, but it's a boss on rails. Yeah. Yeah, sadly, the fight against Dark Beast Ganon isn't interesting. It has no different mechanics. It has no hardcore time limit. It is just do the same thing you've done before. Oh, that one is done. That one is done. And that one is done. It's not. There we go. It's not technically on rails. Speedrunners, though, consider it to be. Because it is just so predictable that there are no strategies for you to employ. There is no big danger. Stay away from the head and you're safe. Like, there's no danger of actually dying, of actually failing. You'll miss some spots, big deal, they'll come back. I wish this fight had been different, because just imagine this fight with like 100 guardians surrounding you. Imagine this fight with the 4 blights attacking you at the same time. I know that it probably would push hardware limits way too far. But this fight would be much more menacing. It would actually be menacing if it had more going on. That's all they need, more going on. Yeah. Yep. By the way, the Bow of Light has infinite arrows. You don't waste any arrows here. And so, yeah, I have thoughts about the final battle. It's kind of interesting how the game rewards you for doing the game. But at the same time, the reward is to make it easier, to make itself easier. Like, the game's difficulty curve goes down. And... okay, we'll talk about it in a second.
I've been keeping watch over you all this time. I've witnessed your struggles to return to us, as well as your trials in battle. I always thought, no, I always believed that you would find a way to defeat Ganon. I never lost faith in you over these many years. Thank you, Link. The hero of Hyrule. May I ask, do you really remember me?
And then we roll credits. Wrapping up my thoughts on the Dark Beast Ganon fight. Yeah, it's just such a missed opportunity. The game has this weird downward curve of difficulty, where instead of the game getting harder as you progress, it just gets bigger. You get bigger numbers, and that's the challenge. And it's not really harder to overcome that challenge of bigger numbers. It's simply more time consuming. And the enemy scaling is really clever, and it works really well, because it keeps the game interesting. But at the same time, it's just number go up. And not the kind where you are making the number go up. I mean, technically you are, so you are being quote-unquote rewarded for playing the game a lot. But at the end of the day, what you do is take down the 4 blights individually, with breaks in between them, and then fighting Ganon. If you choose to not do the Divine Beasts, you will face the 4 blights at once, one after the other without breaks, and then face Ganon at full health, with double the health that I had on my playthrough. That makes for a much harder fight. And it's weird how the game is harder if you play it less, and easier if you play it more. Because when you play the game more, your skill goes up. You become more skilled at the game. And then it gets easier? the more skilled you become, the game itself becomes easier. It doesn't get easier because you're more skilled. It gets easier, and you become more skilled. So, it's a little weird. It's a little awkward. And I would say that that is the one flaw of Breath of the Wild. It stops challenging the player after a while. This is changed, not fixed. It's changed by the DLC, where we do get challenges that are more challenging, no matter what point of the game you're at. But you shouldn't have to pay for the game to be perfect. And no game has to be perfect, no media has to be perfect, nothing has to be perfect. But this game was so close, so close to it. The storytelling is a 10 out of 10. The overworld is a 10 out of 10. The music is a 10 out of 10. The challenges are 10 out of 10, except for the final boss. Everything is so interesting. The world building is fantastic. I love everything about this game, except for the final boss, but... So that kind of wraps up my thoughts about the game. What of the LP? We've done technically everything in the game. Well, we haven't done the whole DLC yet. And as I mentioned a couple of times already, I love the DLC. I love the DLC. So I will be showing it off. That will be the future of the project. So we're not done here in part 36? 35? 36? I forgot. Yeah, there's still a little bit more to do. We will be tackling the DLC sooner rather than later. I won't be spending episodes upon episodes just messing around, messing about. I do want to get to the end point. And I don't know what I'm gonna do about all the shrines, because I don't feel like... I feel like enough people have explored this game. And so... just doing a bunch of shrines, you know, doing all the shrines on video, doesn't feel like it would be that interesting to me. And... you know, the first person I gotta please is myself. At the end of the day, these videos are for fun. They are not being made for a corporation who needs to approve it. They're not made for, I don't know, a family member who is oh so proud of what I do. No. These videos are for me, first and foremost. And then they are entertainment value for people who want to watch it like yourself. Thank you very much for being here. Your support is important to me. And so, I don't feel like it would be that interesting for me to spend 5 episodes exploring Hebra, going after all the shrines, looking at every nook and cranny, and... I always say Hebra. Why do I always say Hebra? It's not even the most interesting region, but it is one of the biggest. So that's probably why. Yeah, I just don't feel like that would make for interesting videos. Enough people have done that on YouTube. And me doing it again would just add to it, you know, instead of improving upon it. So I won't be showing off 100% of the game. This is the part where I will start playing off screen. And the way I'm gonna do it is by playing the game, exploring here and there, going places. I will visit only areas we've been to before, mostly. I mean, I'm not gonna promise anything, I'll just go with the flow. But important things will be recorded and they will be shown off. This is why I wanted to wait so long to start uploading the videos, because this final stretch of the project is gonna take the longest. It's gonna take a really long time to make. So I don't even know how long it's gonna take. Like, is this gonna be 50 episodes? Is this gonna be 60, 70 episodes? I don't know. But things will start to feel a little, oh, when did you get another heart? Oh, where did you get those weapons? I played off screen. I played the game, I explored, and that was about it. So, there. It's kind of sad to say that I'm not going to be bringing you guys along with in the journey, but I think that it is for the best of the project, you know? Yeah. As the credits end here, I don't think I'm gonna play anything beyond the credits. I'm just gonna let it end when it ends. Oh, here it goes. So, that'll be all for this episode. Next time in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we run wild. We just go.
We'll make our way to Zora's domain. Divine Beast Varuta. Looks like it's stopped working. Let's investigate the situation. Miva's father. I believe he would like to hear more about her. The least we can do is visit him and offer him some closure. Although Ganon is gone for now, there is still so much more for us to do, and so many painful memories that we must bear. I believe in my heart that if all of us work together, we can restore Hyrule to its former glory. Perhaps even beyond, but it all must start with us. Let's be off. I can no longer hear the voice inside the sword. I suppose it would make sense if my power had dwindled over the past 100 years. I'm surprised to admit it, but I can accept that.